So as you can see, we have a leak. Well, we had a freeze here a couple of weeks ago. The tenant called and said, Roger, look, the valve at the end of the house, it's leaking again. Now, I can tell right now it's coming from up here at the packing nut. So to be honest, I can tighten this down and stop this leak. But whenever I open this hose, the handle's shut and I've still got a lot of water coming through it. So I know that the washer inside is bad. It probably froze. He probably tried to tighten it down a lot and it caused it to leak. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the brick because it looks like there's a copper line and possibly a male adapter coming out here to thread into the back of this valve. But it looks like a very small line, so it may be 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna open this up just a little bit to see what I can do to fix this, and we'll go from there. So first thing I'm gonna do is just try to take a screwdriver and loosen up some of this loose. Man, this is just a big pile of mortar. It looks like somebody's already been in here before. And I don't need a lot out. Right now, I just need to see if this is a threaded connection. It looks like it is. I would normally use a chisel, but I'm just taking out a little bit of mortar. And I love these Milwaukee screwdrivers with the steel shaft through them. No, actually it looks like it's soldered into it. Yeah, I don't think that that's a threaded joint. I think that we've got a solder joint, so what we're gonna have to do is open it up a little bit more so I get enough room in there to get a torch in there and not burn down the house. So right now what it looks like, and I'm waiting to get a flashlight over here to double check, it looks like this is a 1/2 inch valve that has been sweated on here, which is fine. I've still got some mortar in here. I'll probably chip out a little bit more so I can push this insulation back a little bit. But I've got a little bitty torch that I can put in over here, get it wet inside here on the insulation so I don't have to worry about burning it. Okay, so we can see there's a solder joint here. So what I want to do is actually, I'm going to wait till the tenants aren't here. I'm going to turn off the water, drain this down. I'm going to sweat this off, clean it up, and sweat a female adapter on there so we can put a threaded valve on there this time. Now, I wish I could go back further in the wall and see if there was a nipple back there, but this just looks like a piece of copper. So I'm not going to open it all up, install a drop Iredell, and put a frost proof in or anything, but I want to make it that I can change this valve out if it ever freezes up and starts leaking again like this. So let's get everything we need together, and we'll come back out and finish this tomorrow. Okay, so we've just turned off the water. So what I've done, I've got the hose hooked up running over there so I can drain everything down to this level. Now I'll disconnect the hose and see what we got here. All right, now we put on this new vacuum breaker back when we bought this property to pass inspection. So I may be able to just reuse it. Yeah, as you see, quite a bit of water running out there. The way this is in here, I'm gonna have to push this solder, or I'm gonna have to push this insulation back as far as I can. I don't wanna burn it, melt it, don't wanna set anything on fire. So I'm just gonna kind of push it back. If I can get my torch in over here on the side, heat this up, and sweat this off. Then I can clean it up, put a male adapter on, patch that up, screw the new one on, and we'll be good to go. Now the reason we're going on with a male adapter, we don't want to have to get into the wall and solder again. So literally by putting the male adapter on here, I can get my threads out here in the front so that when I seal this up, if this ever starts leaking again, we can try to rebuild it, or just go ahead and unscrew it and screw a new one on there. So this is making it a lot easier on all of us. Yeah, with that water in there, this little thing ain't gonna, I don't know if that valve doesn't shut off completely. And people, remember, this is why you don't have plumbers do your masonry work. I admit it. It's not what we do best. We're putting this vacuum breaker on them. Man, these are really good because when you install a faucet or hydrant or valve that doesn't have one built into it, what this does is make sure that if there's ever back pressure, backflow in the house, back pressure out here, backflow in the house, what it does is make sure that none of the chemicals in the ground get sucked back up in it. So we put them on that little bitty bolt that's on it. And you tighten it up till it breaks off. And you do that way the homeowner can never come take it off. So guys, this is something that was really pretty easy to do, and it's something that a lot of people can do, maybe except for the solder joint, but changing out a hose bib that's leaking is something you need to do. That way you don't have any problems. And as you can see, we've got foundation problems already here. This is a property that I just bought, so we're trying to react and fix anything and everything that we can. But if you've ever done anything like this, please leave us a comment and let us know what would you have done different. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. You're gonna love this next video.